Hey everyone, I'm the Real Abab. You're watching the A20 Guardian Hunter game analysis. This is episode number 34. Let's get started. Alright, starting with an emerald today. Choosing colorless card, random common relic, taking a curse to transform to, or boss swap. Our boss today is Hexaghost. Haven't seen this one yet, so this will be interesting. Somewhat nervous as usual. I don't know if we're going to be able to find enough scaling in time, but we'll see. I'm seeing a 4 elite path with 0 campfires, if we decide to do that. Or a 2 elite path with 2 campfires. And of course I never count the top, since that's a given. If we were to go right, we'd be able to go through up to 5 fights. Or we could take 4 and go to super elite. We wouldn't have a bailout option. And of course we don't have great paths if we choose to go left. So I think this is a perfect time for the boss swap to choose for us, so that by the end of the act we'll have power no matter which way we decide to go. Especially because these other 3 choices, other than Common Relic, don't seem that great. And Boss Relic gives you the most upside for the least amount of downside on this character. Philosopher's Stone. So we're going to be taking a little bit more damage than usual, but we'll have 1 extra energy. Definitely something we'll have to balance. I don't think going through the shop is viable here. We'd only have 114-ish gold. We get an average of 15 from this. Although there's a chance of getting a fight here too. There's 4 starting hallway fights, right? There's the Lice, Cultist, Jawworm, and 1 more. Slimes. We have an emerald in the deck. We got 4 defends out of 12 cards. I could definitely see us taking a lot of damage here. Oh man, this left path just sucks too, because there's not even any fights there to get stronger. Maybe that's okay though, because we can take a couple fights here. There's no campfires on the left side of the act. Sheesh. Man, that's a pretty awful attempt at powering up. I am nervous about going this way. Both because this would require 5 fights to hit the non-super elite, and the super elite would be forced to take, if we want, less hallway fights. But in order to take the super elite, we need some kind of, probably need some kind of potion. Maybe I could buy potions at the shop here, but Guardian also has like less chance of good potions, since Guardian specific potions are not great. Except for the defensive mode potion. I think I am going to go with the normal path here, because 4 energy helps a lot. But, if we're not careful, it could go very south. I just don't see other great options that I would want to take. Like, you could absolutely win with a pretty bad start, just as long as you prioritize survival. But like actually getting strong on this left side is going to be difficult. No campfires through the left side either. I think we need. I think I'm gonna take the chance here. I don't really know how to evaluate this. Like, I don't think this would be an automatic loss if we went this way, but I don't know how to play this kind of routing. So I'm gonna stick with this, and we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, we got the 2 slimes, and I think we got a pretty lucky roll. I don't think this debuffs on turn 1 too often. Alright. So far, this 4th energy hasn't done anything, but it's only been 2 turns, so... You get a kill guarantee next turn. Wow. 3 very good cards. Roll Attack and Charge Core are both great with 4 energy. Charge Core allowing us to draw more cards, which allows us to make better use of our 4th energy in the early game, and just in general. But Roll Attack being another very efficient damage card, giving us Brace as well. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. The extra strength on enemies actually makes it easier to gain Brace as well, since extra damage done to our HP means extra Brace. So maybe it's not so bad. The heart is going to be something to remember by like Act 3. I'm definitely leaning towards Roll Attack since it's an efficient draw, but I guess this is pretty good too. If I got multiple Roll Attacks or multiple Charge Cores, I think those would both be great too. So I can't really use that to whittle it down. I'm not sure which is better. Hexaghost. Charge Core doesn't really help draw through burns since they all go in the discard pile anyway. And the Charge Core will exhaust before we get the redraw most of the time. Also, the fact that it exhausts means that the rest of the deck is what's left, of course. Which means we'd actually need good cards in order to cycle through faster. Should I just flip a coin on this? I'm definitely more used to taking Roll Attacks. My intuition is pushing me towards this. Or my gut. Maybe I take the Charge Core to learn instead. Actually, maybe we can still do better. We can do Stum Analysis. Think about the different... what do you call it? Elites this act. Gremlin Knob, Sentries, and Lagavulin. If we don't find the right cards for Lagavulin, then Charge Core isn't going to do anything, but Roll Attack will. You know what? Roll Attack gives us the value now, while Charge Core gives us potential value later. But in the early game, if we're going for an elite, I think Roll Attack is better, since we might not have time to find those cards if we get unlucky. So I'm going to go with the Roll Attack. just fine there. Definitely consideration to upgrade Curl Up at some point because of defensive. Guardian Whirl, Crystal Ray, Armored Protocol. Not a fan of any of these. We do not have the means to gain 20 block right now. Crystal Ray could get better over time, especially since we have taken Roll Attack, which is a socketed card. Armored Protocol, not feeling that one so much. And although it is a power, it doesn't give us scaling damage. I don't really think Crystal Ray is the answer. So I think this is just a skip. Our first damage from Philosopher's Stone. Alright. Ancient Power. Great pickup with 4 energy. Recover is also interesting, being a little bit more safety, as well as stasis manipulation. I think this Ancient Power is going to do a lot for us. And we're still very healthy, so I'm going to take another fight. And a 9 is not enough to kill this. So we have to spend 2 energy blocking and attack once. Which I will do like that. Now we got less than a 50-50 of them both attacking again. But of course it hits. Should be okay though, we take only 2 damage here. Fairy in a bottle, okay. There you go. Another roll attack is great. More brace leans into the brace strategy as well. Could also do planning for just some raw value, but as a stasis card, we'll have plenty of opportunities to find more, and we still need some front load. You know, on 4 energy, we might just be able to use roll attacks to beat Hexaghost. Not the ones, not just our deck as is, but you know, using these as a big damage source. We could take the Super Elite if we wanted. We would have another hallway fight right after. Also, our first fight of the act was not cultist, so I think that means that this is going to be an event no matter what. It's a weird quirk of the RNG. Getting the green key out of the way seems like a great idea. Yeah. Do it. Ominous Forge. Add a socket to any socketed card, or grab the Warped Tongs. Well, considering we have no upgrades right now, Warped Tongs seems pretty good. But adding a socket to Twin Slam and then updating Twin Slam to make a 3-socket Twin Slam is also really, really strong. With a Dex Gem, though, we are likely going to be picking up a Ward at some point and making that a Dex Gem Twin Slam. And then from there, we would either just grab another emerald or another ward for it, and just make it block even more than it already is. Which doesn't seem super necessary to me. Probably wards because we have ancient power. So I think I'm going to take this. Oh yeah, I changed the color of curses to have a red border. Max HP knob. Alright, we're using the boss potion for this fight. Ooh. Interesting. This is 16 damage right now. This is 6 damage this turn. Then we'd have to do 20 damage at least in the next 2 turns in order for this to be better than this. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Also, the weaken is amazing. Pain in hand is interesting. Because that means we can go into defensive immediately. That's so cool. Oh, if only Ancient Power would remove the debuff entirely, but it doesn't. Does this still kill, though? Let's see, this would be 20, 30, 15 is 45, not quite. What about Twin Slam Strike? That would be 9, 13, 26, 41. Okay, so Ancient Power doesn't do it. It's fine. We do need to do all of this damage, though. This is about the kind of HP loss I expected from a Super Elite fight. Strike Dummy. Wow. Alright. How many times have we gotten this recently? I feel like it's been a lot. Gem Finder. Well. Ward is one of the good, gems for roll attack. And one of my favorite ways to use Gem Finder is to create a defensive system with Dex gems and Ward gems. It can single-handedly make an entire defensive system. And considering these other 2 cards are not great, I'm definitely feeling it. Also, this would be an amazing run to pick up a Singing Bowl, because that works. Okay, Curl Up upgrade from Warp Tongs lets us go into defensive immediately. That's great. Thankfully we don't have... This is probably one of the best setups, actually. We've got 3 passive gremlins and a support gremlin. Well, a damage support gremlin. But if these 3 don't do very much damage, then this isn't going to help that much. Wish I had one more, though. I'm going to use Curl Up on Gem Finder so I can guarantee we play it in a couple turns. Take our 2 damage this turn, that's fine. With Pain in Hand, the way to take the least amount of damage this turn is just to play Defend. And we didn't draw very good cards alongside it anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. If I didn't play the Defend, we'd be taking 2 damage. If I played more than 1 card, we'd be taking 2 damage. So, there you go. Warp Tongs has not yet hit roll attack. Ooh, other gems. And a planning. It might be time to take the planning, actually. Planning does actually, I forgot to mention this earlier, but as a card that just grabs cards off the top of your draw pile, it helps with statuses. Because it's essentially functioning as draw in a sense, just delayed. And also, but you get some energy generation in return. And of course, being a zero-cost setup card, also works well with wards. Or decks if I decide to do that. Also just a great way to amplify my existing power in my deck, which is actually pretty good since I have 2 roll attacks. The Garnet is the other thing I'm looking at. I could throw that into Twin Slam as well. Be a really great combo with Ancient Power. Ancient Power Twin Slam with Garnet in it would be a lot of damage. Also, the Vulnerable would be a great way to amplify the roll attack damage as well. Also, it's an uncommon and planning is a common. And like I said, we have other ways of finding stasis support. And I was proven right because we found another planning. I think I'm going to take the Garnet here. And up next is a Campfire. So I might as well take an Aquamarine already. Which thankfully generated. It had a 3/4 chance. Would have been very sad if we missed immediately. Looks like this is going to be an Emerald Garnet Twin Slam. But considering that I can't socket both at the Campfire, I have to upgrade first and then go to the next Campfire to socket. I'm going to do the Garnet first, and then maybe we find another place for that Emerald. Or we find a better gem for the Twin Slam, like a Citrine or Amethyst, for energy or Mini Piercing Whale. I think this is definitely an Aquamarine. First things first, Garnet in the Twin Slam, and Aquamarine in one of our roll attacks. Oh yeah, I came up with an idea for some of the future bonus episodes at the end of every 10 normal episodes. I'm going to do a mini Guardian guide on each of those. I'm planning to do 3 of them. I'm going to do a guide on gems, on brace and defensive mode, and on stasis. Gems in particular I think are very interesting, so I'll do that first because I think I have that worked out the most on how to use them, and then the other 2 I'm going to look a bit further into before making those videos. Gem Finder upgrade goes to 0 energy, which is great. But like I said, I think the Twin Slam upgrade is most important, especially because it does nothing whenever upgraded by Twin Slam. When upgraded by Warp Tongs, it just well, I guess it gains 2 more damage. Yeah, we're gonna go with this, and we're gonna go right to hit that second Campfire as well. Slime Soup. Whenever you enter a rest site, begin the next combat with a prepare card that costs 0. Great relic. Definitely take it. Okay. We could absolutely start right now. Get the Gem Finder into play, play Twin Slam for the extra vulnerable, and play the Strike. Duplication Potion's interesting. Might end up using that on a roll attack. There are some arguments for waiting. For example, using Curl Up specifically to get the brace into play faster, as well as get a card into stasis. You don't have to take damage in Lagavulin fight, usually on Guardian, as long as you have brace sources. This is 7 damage. Well, the vulnerable's not going to last anyway. Alright, I'm going to wait. No need to take damage, I'm not going to. Fairy in a Bottle would revive me at 21 HP. Ancient Power Strike roll attack. 29 plus 8 is 37. I guess we'd be doing 29 to Lagavulin anyway. 100 minus 14 is 86. We'd have 86 to go. We don't have a guarantee that we have to curl up and play yet. But if I play the curl up anyways, there's no guarantee. Well, with pain, we can probably go into defensive mode. Or with an upgrade on curl up. Alright, I'm going to choose to wait again. We have multiple outs here. I think this is the correct play. This is only 1 damage, so I'm going to do the curl up first in order to give us the best chance of getting a card into stasis that will actually be useful. Okay. And I'm going to play strike here, because even though it's only 1 damage, the pain gets us down to 8 brace remaining, meaning that roll attack puts us in defensive. Next turn we'll have the defend plus. Oh yeah, Lagavulin has 1 extra strength. Forgot about that. I was really hoping for another attack there. That's fine. 28 damage is not too difficult with our current deck, even though we'll be losing 2 strength. In fact, this is exactly 28. Very nice. Thank you, Warped Tongs. Happy Flower is cool. That probably means that we don't have to take an energy relic for the rest of the game unless we take a lot of 2 costs. We do have an Aquamarine available that I would probably take. Vent's Theme. Just to solidify that we have Vulnerable for the rest of the game. And also 2 more gem slots. Oh yeah, not only solidify Vulnerable, but also make it more consistent. More consistently drawn early. Drawn early. Sheesh. I can't English good. English is my first language, though I don't want that to cause confusion. Floating Orbs and Armored Protocol I don't think are good enough here. We don't have strength for Floating Orbs. I think our strength is... our figurative strength comes from... Oh wait, we have Ancient Power. Still, I think our figurative strength comes from roll attacks and Vulnerable and our Strike Dummy. We could do some stuff with strength, in theory, with Gem Finder. It's an interesting thought. I'm going to go with Vent Steam, and then we'll figure out the gems as we go. But first things first, we know for a fact Aquamarine is going into our second roll attack. Unless we get like... No, if we got Citrine, that'd go in the Twin Slam. Yeah. Okay, we gotta kill one of these, like, immediately. This is 25. Yeah. Not quite enough to full block, but, you know, better than taking 14. Cool. Even got that set up. Another Vent Steam. Or a Resilient Plate. Since we have so much Brace 8, I think taking more Brace 8 is a great idea. Also, we have an Emerald to begin with. I'm probably going to socket that in the Vent Steam with the Aquamarine. As ironic as it may seem to put defense into an offensive card, Emerald Aquamarine is a combo that I go for in Vent Steam with some frequency. So I think that's what I will be doing. Oh yeah, Ancient Power exists too in our deck. That's cool. Yeah, we definitely don't need another Vent Steam. Don't like Orb Support. Don't like taking innate cards that don't block or hard powers. So yeah, Resilient Plate. And I'm thinking I'm going to take the third Aquamarine. Yeah, I'm going to do what I said there. We can keep looking for stronger gems to put into Twin Slam. And in the meantime, we're just going to keep building up our defense with wards. 28 HP. Going into 2 hard pull fights. Oh yeah, with Slime Soup, we might not want to set up Happy Flower for turn 1 fights. I'll have to remember that. But only specific fights, because it only affects fights right after campfires. Oh wait, no. Prepare is a turn 2 buff, so this is actually correct. Anyways, upgrades. I'm thinking curl up here, just to get that 2 extra brace guaranteed. Could also do ancient power. I don't think 1 strength is going to be enough to be to make the difference on Hexaghost, though. I think Strike Dummy and the roll attacks are going to be doing more, as well as Warp Tongs. What was I going to say? Something about Hexaghost specifically. Oh yeah, right. I was thinking about whether or not I needed to rest. And Hexaghost specifically had their turn 2 big attack, the times 6 attack, is based on your current HP. It will always try to do as close to. It will always try to do half your HP and then go a little bit above it. So, since I have 28 HP currently, it would attack me for. It would base it off of 14 HP, and the highest times 6 attack that would be, sorry, the lowest times 6 attack that would be higher than that would be 18. So it would be a 3 times 6 attack currently. And usually Hexaghost's attacks are not big enough to be a threat. Sometimes the times 2 attack is, so you do need some semblance of block. However, we absolutely have that, so I might not even need to rest here. I could just go through the next couple of fights on the coast. Especially since this next fight with the slime soup is pretty free. We also have this fairy. Yeah, the fairy. Yeah, I think that guarantees I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think this is also a curl up upgrade. A little bit of reasoning here. Excuse me for a second. Fairy in a bottle is not usually a potion you want to hold on to a lot in the early game, unless you're holding it for like a specific fight. In the late game specifically, that's the Act 3 and 4 bosses in Elite. But in the early game, this is just going to take up a potion slot unless you're close to dying. And then there's a very easy trap to fall into that you hold on to Fairy in a bottle for a long time because you know it's a revive, and then pass up a ton of other potions that would have saved you more HP cumulatively. So I think it is better to use this if you're given the opportunity. You take a little bit of extra risk in the early game in order to get stronger and free up a potion slot. So that's why I didn't rest there. Also, I think I only have to play 3 cards this turn. I could have just played 2, but I want to get my money back. Also, again, I don't need to worry about our HP too much right here. 5 energy. Crazy. Another common gem. We have run out of gem slots. Unless we have a card from here that we want. Ooh. Amber, though. Amber. Garnet Amber Twin Slam. It's an interesting color combo. I don't know if that will look good or not. But that's not the main concern. The main concern is, of course, winning. Other options are Incinerate and Shield Charger. Shield Charger is very interesting. However, our current blocking plan is using front-loaded block options plus some decks. So we don't need to take a scaling option like Shield Charger, even though it's usually very powerful. And Incinerate, we don't have enough. We are not in any desperate need for Accelerate to take a 1-cost common attack that accelerates only once. We do not really have the stasis support to make Amber insane, but the fact that it's 0 cost and a gem makes this heads and shoulders above this. Do I want to commit to that and put it into Twin Slam, though? Maybe. It's really powerful in Twin Slam, and the vulnerable certainly helps. If we get an attack out with the double Accelerate, then we're getting an attack that will be doing 1.5 times damage. So do we take it or do we look for better? Actually, I don't even know what would be better. Let's see, Strength Gem. Strength Gem is interesting because, you know, it synergizes with the vulnerable, but I don't think... I don't like putting a Strength Gem in an attack, and specifically in Twin Slam, that could do a lot better. Dex would work with our other stuff, so we have a fallback option if we want to put a Dex Gem into Twin Slam, or even a Ward Gem. I think those are weaker than Amber, but let's keep going. Thorns, not necessary. Let's see. There's 6 uncommon gems. The way I remember it is there's 3 that affect you and 3 that affect enemies. Amber affects your stasis. Quartz affects your draw. What's the third one? Oh yeah, Sapphire affects your brace. Which is not a good one. And I don't think Quartz would be great because Twin Slam costs energy. And it's an attack. Then there's 3 that affects enemies. There's Amethyst, which I would absolutely take, I think, over Amber. There is... It affects the strength. Affects... Oh yeah, there's Garnet. That's the 5th one. And Shiv. That would just like Strength Gem, it would affect the damage and synergize with the vulnerable. We have Ancient Power to make it even better, but not necessary. Sounds like Amethyst would be the only other uncommon I'd take. And then of course there's Citrine and Onyx. Citrine I would definitely take. I don't think we would take Onyx with Twin Slam. So I might consider taking Onyx and then speculating on it for a later socket card. I guess it doesn't leave very many options. We have Dex and Ward gems to fall back on if we don't find Amethyst or Citrine, but those are uncommon in a rare gem. And I guess we could find another Amber later too. Overall, I don't like the odds of finding better ones, but the fact that we have a fallback doesn't make it so bad to wait. Also, we may just not even go into stasis that much. I'm feeling a little bit more like waiting, even though this would technically be a good gem. We actually don't have a lot of gem slots left over, so I think I can be picky, despite the fact that I usually leave gem slots open. I don't think it'll happen this time. And I think we're skipping the Aquamarine here, because we don't have an open gem slot yet. And we'll have plenty of opportunities to take them later. Alright. Wards block for 3, and I thankfully this is 6 decks, so I can definitely block this entire turn's worth of damage if I want. 11, 16, 19 is 46, not quite enough. I was considering playing the Resilient Plate there, but I think we just end the fight right now. Yeah. Fear Potion. Definitely not necessary. We already have 4 turns of Vulnerable in the deck. There's the planning. Looks like we will be doing stasis things after all. Could upgrade the planning preemptively and then put 2 gems into it. That would allow me to put another Dex Ward combo into it. I can also upgrade the Ancient Power. I was saying it wouldn't matter for Hexaghost, but I'm thinking it might matter for Chosen, allowing me a second way to cleanse the Hex debuff at the beginning of Act 2. And also in the hard pull fights, because they show up occasionally like that. I think that is better than an early planning upgrade. If I'm going to do the Dex Ward combo in planning, I think we can wait to until we get closer to multiple campfires, rather than waiting at least 6 floors to hit one. Our other option would be doing Resilient Plate, but I don't think that's necessary yet. We don't have that many temporary buffs that we want to reduce yet to make it more desirable to upgrade Resilient Plate. We only have Ancient Power Vet Steam, and of course we have to draw them on the same turn. So I am actually going to upgrade Ancient Power just to have a counter to Chosen. And I guess by extension Snecko once we get to the hard pull fights. And I guess by even further extension Snake Plant, even though it only cleanses one debuff. Okay, I have 25 HP. Half of that is 12.5, so Hexaghost is still going to go for that 3x6 attack next turn, even if we only had 24. Actually, if I lose HP now, I wonder if it goes down. I don't have to play the Prepare next for this turn. Draws me 2 extra cards for next turn. I'm trying to think about how much HP I have to lose here. In order to go down to the 2x6 attack, I would have to lose 2 HP, not just 1, because, like I said, it halves your current HP, it would take me down to 12, and then tries to do the least amount of a multiple of 6 that is above that. So instead of doing a 2x6, it would still be a 3x6. But as soon as I go down to 11, it goes to 2x6, because that's the lowest one that's right above it. I'm looking at Ancient Power, Gemfinder, and Prepare. Getting Gemfinder out of the deck for this fight seems like a good idea. Playing Prepare for turn 2 seems good. Playing Ancient Power for permanent strength and Dex seems good. I probably don't need to combo the Ancient Power in this fight, since we have such good damage already. But then again, I don't really need to play it early either for 1 strength and Dex. I could just do Gemfinder Prepare. Have a great turn 2, not need to block as much. And also take the least amount of damage from pain necessary. Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully we'll get a lucky Ancient Power turn later in the fight. Nope. It is in fact based off of your HP starting the fight. Very interesting. We have 5 energy. Oh, you only gain 1 energy from this. Did it used to be 2? I swear it used to be 2. Maybe it's not. Maybe it wasn't. Or maybe it was nerfed. Alright, let's do planning. Okay, got a Sender's Bane. That's fine, I guess. We don't have to draw it anymore. I mean, if I play Roll Attack and Resilient Plate, then we basically just use all our block cards this turn, I think. 5, 5, 7 is 17. That's as close as we can get to full block this turn. Nice thing is here, we don't need to, oh, I should have done the roll attack first for more brace, because that other half of the card is useless in this fight. The AoE does not matter. Full block this turn, that's great. Taking damage, not so great. Do I need to deal the damage this turn? I'm gonna put Defend in. I think we'll be fine without taking more damage from Pain, so I'm going to skip. Planning, Twin Slam, Roll Attack, and the free defense is enough. Yeah, we seem to be doing just fine. Although this does mean that we are more than halfway to the big attack. I believe we take 5 turns to get here, and there's only 3 more until the big one. Oh yeah, Resilient Plate got upgraded by Warp Tongues. How about that? Gonna leave that defend to 0 cost. Because why not? Oh, we got Ancient Power lined up with a free strike and Twin Slam and Roll Attack. Dang. It's gonna be real nice. $16 and $11. That's so much block. Not quite enough to full block against 10 times 2, but still. Oh, you know what? Oh, we got Pain. Well, we were going to draw it anyway next turn, so... Do I play the Curl Up to get the Twin Slam? No, I think we do this now. This is enough to full block this turn, thanks to our 5 dexterity. That means that we drew Resilient Plate twice with Vent Steam. Crazy. Also, this was a lot closer than I thought it would be. A lot closer? It's 19 and 31. That's 50 damage. We're 29 damage over. I think we're good. Also, that was the 3rd time we drew Resilient Plate with Vent Steam. 7 permanent dex. Crazy. Block Potion, huh? Probably better than Fairy in a Bottle since we didn't use it. We're going to heal 3/4 of our missing health, which is 54. 54. I think that's 41. So we're going to be at 59 HP. Let's see what our cards are. Construction Form, Giga Beam, Time Sifter. Well, I think this is a pretty clear Construction Form. But maybe it is actually Giga Beam, since we have debuff reduction. But Construction Form would mean that we solve our scaling issues for damage. As long as we keep 1 buffer, we gain a strength every turn. Giga Beam would be to handle AoE fights. And of course the Ancient Power helps that, both by having a debuff reduction and by having 4 strength attached. So if we upgrade the Giga Beam at some point, we'll be doing 56 damage to all enemies. Plus vulnerable. So Ancient Power Twin Slam, Giga Beam. Say 54, I meant 56. So 16 plus 78, no, 84. 16 plus 84, 100 damage to all enemies. Well, 100 damage to 1, 84 to all. It's pretty crazy, with that combo specifically. Sheesh. They're both really good cards. Time Sifter is not doing it, obviously. I'm definitely more comfortable with the Construction Form pick here. Don't have to dance around it as much. We should have comfortable amounts of block to handle things. The Pain gets in the way a little bit of the buffer, but we'll remove that at some point, and then not have to deal with that. And I'm going to get rid of this fairy since we got some good cards. Aquamarine is back again. It might be too early to pick up the Aquamarine for the planning, since we're not going to have a campfire for a while, and we'll have plenty of other chances to play our Gem Finder. So is it construction form or is it Giga Beam? Construction form gives us some defense if we really need it somehow. And Giga Beam allows us to handle AoE fights, as well as just do big damage. Not really worried about big damage, though. They're both expensive, as well. We may end up needing that 5th energy. It's also the fact that Giga Beam is a curse if we can't play it. Meanwhile, if we can't play construction form, it's just sad, and then it goes away. I don't think any particular elite hurts construction form. I think the fact that Giga Beam kind of needs to be played around so much, or else you skip a turn, really hurts. And also for it to be effective enough to rival construction form, it needs to be in hand with ancient power and maybe even have vulnerable, so that you can actually have the damage to one-shot Act 2 enemies. Like, the Avocado has 80 HP, I think, or 70 HP, plus 14 plated armor. So it's in like the 80s to 90s range of HP. So if you want to kill it, you need to do a ton of damage, or you need to have consistent block. My general philosophy with this is, when in doubt, go with the safer option, because you're probably going to win in the end. Because Guardian does that a lot. You can play slow and you'll be fine. I'm going to do that. Alright, and what's our Act chest? Act boss chest. It is Black Star, Empty Cage, Coffee Dripper. Whew. 3 good options, I think. Sheesh. Well, we haven't removed any strikes or defense yet. Oh wait, Empty Cage can get rid of pain. Wouldn't have to look for a shop early, in case you don't get one or it's on a bad path. It's probably worth doing. It's been really annoying. It's not really annoying. Like, it hasn't been life-threatening in Act 1, but it is... The effects have been noted, for sure. And they're going to just be even more noted with construction form, so getting rid of it as soon as possible may actually be the right play. Alternatively, since we got the green key in Act 1, Black Star gets a lot better. It means that our pathing is not constricted to green key at any point in the run, in which the pathing around it may not be conducive to getting more elites. There's also the argument for Coffee Dripper, since we just picked up construction form. 5th energy would be helpful with the roll attacks and all that. Would it be stronger to take the Black Star? think Black Star and Empty Cage in this instance are stronger than Coffee Dripper, even though Coffee Dripper is strong in this scenario still. We have good defense, so having that 5th energy is really nice for being able to play the construction form and roll attacks. But it might not be necessary. Maybe it is still worth it. We have some good cards in our deck. Being able to play more of them makes us stronger. I could see us leaking HP with that, though. And if we leak HP, because we have pain and, you know, maybe not perfect draws against Act 2 fights, we could take a lot of damage over time and then not be able to heal it up. So I do think the other two are stronger. And of course we have Happy Flower, Slime Soup, give us extra energy at times. Empty Cage to handle the pain immediately, or Black Star to get future power. The fans probably want Black Star. I'm willing to bet. Black Star is always the fun option. But of course, if I end up taking Empty Cage, I could just make a save file for people to play. Then you guys can have fun with the Black Star yourselves. If we took Empty Cage, there's also the question of whether we remove a strike or defend with it. Strikes get a lot better with our vulnerable and the strike dummy, and also the potential of being upgraded with warp tongs. And of course, the fens have potential to be useful with dexterity and also warp tongs. The fact that we have vulnerable makes the strikes actually somewhat comparable. I think since we have construction form and defense, I guess you could use this argument to say that you don't need defense, but since we're going into Act 2, I think we still do. I think it means we can play slowly enough to remove at least one strike. Maybe the answer is to remove an equal amount of strikes and defense over time, instead of just one of them first. And in that case, I would be comfortable removing a strike, since I wouldn't feel like I'm losing the damage. And you know, in fights like Avocado, Snake Plant, and so on, with high HP values, one strike out of the deck is probably not going to matter, since we still have other ways of attacking. Alright, I am going to make a save file since I have chosen Empty Cage. I think Black Star is viable. Maybe they're both equally viable, but I prefer the consistency to the risk. So I'm going to take that Empty Cage. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Ready to take our Empty Cage, remove the pain and a strike. Let's see what our Act 2 holds for us. 59. So we healed 41. Seems correct to me. Get 3 elites, 2 campfires if we want. Our Act boss is Automaton, which we have not yet faced. If we want the 3 elite route, we have to go through here. But thankfully there is a shop here. You know, I've been thinking about adding a mini-map mod to this so that I can draw the entire path on this top left area, rather than having to deal with the scrolling issue since the drawings don't move. There's also a map, like just a general mapping mod that I could use as well. That may be more useful. Baylor Lord uses it. I mean, this deck is really strong right now, so I can definitely see this being strong enough to take on 3 late path. And the early shop with 300 gold is also really good. Do we want events over fights? If we go this route, this could be another fight. Which might be good for us, might be bad. I did say we are strong. So I would be inclined to take more fights for more gold and potions and cards. Events certainly are intriguing, though. There's also the sacrificial altar event, which would suck. At least we don't have to deal with pain anymore. I could also prioritize hitting this campfire over this elite. Go through here to grab one more card remove since we don't have very many yet. We had to use an empty cage on pain. I'm going to go for the extra fight here. Probably don't need to play Gem Finder here. We still have several floors before campfire. 1 strength, 1 dex might be better for us. Or perhaps just playing the strike plus. We'd have to do 12 attacks in order for this to be worth it, or I guess whatever dexterity to block the attack. Philosopher's Stone, I think, makes it so that we take the dexterity. I'd be dealing with 12 and 12 by 2 attacks. We have 1 dex already. This will give us a total of 3. Wards block for 3. So that's 6 and 6 is 12, so we can do Vent Steam, Resilient Plate, Roll Attack. But if we want a full block next turn, we probably want to do Roll Attack, Resilient Plate, and Curl Up. Oh wait, no. We want to do Vent Steam, Roll Attack, Curl Up. Because Resilient Plate is another Brace 8, so we don't need to play all 3 of these to go into defensive. Stack a bit of block for defensive mode. Gain some more strength every turn as well. I'll choose to take the 1 damage here. That's fine to me. Because we just gotta kill this guy. And I might as well play this now, it's free. 16 damage. Pretty good. Alright, 19 damage this turn. We got it. Easy. We even got Happy Flower set up for turn 1. Ooh, wow. This is the add the card to your deck, not the common gem. There's that amethyst I was talking about. I will very gladly take that in Twin Slam. Can't believe we actually found it. Even though we are far away from a campfire, the payout from this is going to far outweigh the risk that we take right now. One thing to note, we're planning on upgrading planning. Yeah. So we have 2 gem slots, which means we're going to want to take... Well, actually, we're going to have to upgrade that at one of the fires first. So we don't have to take 2 before there, just the 1. And again, I don't think we have to do this just yet. Although, the chances of us playing it in one of these 3 fights, if we end the fights fast enough, do go down. So the next fight that we do it, the next fight we're able to play it, I'm probably just going to play it. But we'll see. Ancient Power got drawn too early. That's fine, we have Resilient Plate. Like I said earlier, double the chance of, or not double the chance, but having 2 debuff reduction cards makes it a higher chance that we draw one of them after the Hex comes out. 27 damage on turn 1's not bad. It's over a quarter of their HP. Resilient Plate turn 2 is great as well. This is just 2 buffer. Do we have a kill next turn? 24 and 13. 37? Yes, we do. Play the Jetfinder. Oh, but I'm weakened. Didn't realize that. It's fine though. We're in defensive. Okay. Temporal Potion's not better than these 2. Another planning, reroute, or roll attack. Definitely tempting to take another planning as the deck gets bigger, but something tells me we're going to have a little bit of an issue with stasis room. That being said, another planning and upgrading it, putting another Dex and Ward in, is going to be pretty strong. Seems like a good deal to me. Could also just take another roll attack, put another award in it. The Brace 8 is also very helpful in general. I may favor that over the planning even. Our deck is still small enough that a planning with Dex, a Fence Steam with Dex, and our Ancient Power will be enough to give us enough Dex in general. Also, it's not going to compete for stasis slots. The only real downside of roll attack is the 2 energy cost, but I think it'll still be worth it. Also, if we're going to be removing strikes, it would be nice to have other attacks available to us. I'll take one more of these. And I am going to start taking the gems now, like I said. I guess when in doubt, go with Aquamarine, because we're going to need more of those than the Dex gems. What do we got here? Ooh, Bottled Black Hole. Card starts combat in stasis. There's also a Sphere Shield for sale. There's also a Gelatinous Cube. It'll be helpful for the heart if we want that. We don't really need Lantern, so I'm going to pass on that. And of course, card remove. Gelatinous Cube card remove is within budget. Sphere Shield Black Hole is 314. Let's do this real quick. All the way over here. I think this is exact gold with what we have. $399. Alright, we're off then. So we can't afford Spheric Shield and the Relic and a card remove. If we took the Bottled Black Hole, what would we put into stasis? I think Construction Form is a bad idea, since we want to play that earlier and not later. Could just put Planning in. Could put Twin Slam in to guarantee that we get vulnerable by the time it comes out, and as well have a chance of making the Amethyst useful. Like in the Heart fight, it's a 50-50 whether you get the multi-attack or the single attack. And if you have around 20 cards or even 25, the chance of you drawing Twin Slam on the correct turn is a 1 in 5. But in Stasis, it would always come out on turn 3, making it a 50-50, which is a significant improvement. Nothing else is really standing out to me to put into Stasis. It's a pretty good argument for Twin Slam, though. I don't believe the Gelatinous Cube is that necessary. Also, I'm definitely leaning towards Spirit Shield Black Hole over a card remove option. Even though I said I wanted card removes, I think the Spirit Shield outweighs it. And so does the upside of Bottled Black Hole. So that's what I'm going to do. It's too bad I don't have 10 more gold, but that's how it goes sometimes. Oh, this is interesting. Well, we have 3 roll attacks. It's a darn good reason to take the Necronomicon. I wouldn't mind taking Nilrees this game if it was offered. And we also have most of our HP right now, and I don't think we're going to be losing very much, both between our potions and our deck, which is really strong. I'm going to read it. I think I'll be fine with whatever we get here. What do we get? We got the Necronomicon. My luck on this in this series has been great. Necronomicon is awesome. Oh yeah, sometimes them being special cards overwrites the fact that they're curses, so they have the green border instead. Probably leave feedback about that. 38. I guess I should have done the math on how much HP that was, and this is a lot closer to what I'm uncomfortable with than I thought. Although I still think we're going to be okay. Alright. I guess another good reason to put Twin Slam in the bottle there is because of Snecko. Ooh, that damage. Good stuff. Now we can use Ancient Power to cleanse the debuff. Also, we have full energy here, so I can just keep more of our strength in decks. Also, we full block thanks to defensive mode, which is cool. Play roll attack twice and just kill it. Okay. Well, another Amethyst? Sheesh. A suspension. Ooh. Suspension? I mean, with an upgrade, it's a cantrip. You get to draw a card, so it's just a free gem proc. We are starting to want more stasis things as the deck gets bigger. I don't think we want to take another one of these though. Second Amethyst. Amethyst I generally only like to put in Twin Slam or Bubble Burst. Anything else, 2 strength down is generally not going to be too good. Like, it'll still be useful sometimes. Maybe it's a consideration for the Heart fight even. Do I just take another one speculatively? Nah, I think even if we find something like a Bobble Burst, we might even just... We'll either skip it or do another Dex Ward situation. So I think we skip all those. Alright, Elite time. It's the Slavers. I think this is going to be a double construction form. I was pretty much hoping for that. On this draw. I can apply Vulnerable now. Or I can deal 12 damage. We're going to have 2 strength next turn, which means that roll attacks will be doing 18. So doubled is 36. Plus 12 is 48. Not quite enough to kill. But 18. Vulnerable is 27. Doubled is 54. So I think it's going to be the Vensities here. Could have also used the block potion to keep a buffer stack, but I don't think that's necessary. If I were to do this, obviously this does more damage. You'd want it to Necronomicon, but we already did the math on this, and this doubled kills this, so we'd be wasting damage by doing this here and this on someone else, as opposed to this here and this on someone else. So we're going to do that. We're also going to get to the defensive here. Who do we want to kill? We've drawn most of our attacks, so maybe we should still be going for this guy. That helps a little bit. Yeah, I feel like we're going to be stalling a little bit. But that being said, we're getting Twain Slam out next turn. And a Vulnerable plus roll attack. We have 18 block for this, so we're losing our other buffer. So we're going to have 2 strength. This is going to be 36 damage. And of course with Twin Slam that makes it 54. So I guess we go for this guy. Because with the Twin Slam damage and the doubled damage from Necronomicon, this guy's just going to die. Could have actually killed this guy. That's fine. We still full block. But we're going to be weak, too. I need to remember that for future calculations. I can't just keep forgetting. Okay, Resilient Plate saves us, though. Alright, so I think we have 12 wounds. 9. Okay. Happy Flower on 0. We could put Happy Flower on 1. Oh, and we got Gem Finder. Cool. We don't have enough dex to take 0 here, so I'm not going to take the damage. Captain's Wheel. Ooh. 18 block on turn 3. That's pretty cool. Giga Beam's back. Don't need it, obviously. Wait. Necronomicon Giga Beam is insane. Sheesh. Game's really trying to make me take it. I still don't think we need it. So I'm not going to take it. I'm tempted to take another roll attack, but I'm starting to feel like it might be too much. Also, making a third roll attack deck in this series is the idea is not making me. It's making me a little bit nervous. I think we just skip. And we have a campfire. We got two open gem slots, so I can take one here. We don't have a dex gem. Okay, I take the tourmaline, or not the tourmaline, the aquamarine. And we're gonna upgrade our planning, like I said I would. Yeah. Basically anything that would eat the upgrade from Warp Tongs is pretty good priority. Well, in terms of sockets. Upgrading Construction Form maybe not the best idea. Best to let that just have a chance. Alright. Now we're going to be looking for Dexterity. Remove all strikes, receive 5 fights. No thanks. Don't need that. Red Candle. Whenever an attack deals damage, apply 2 Soul Burn. Has to be HP damage. Yeah, unblock damage. Might not need that. Doing roll attack things. Although we are also doing strength things with Twin Slam. Strikes, Construction Form. I don't know, I don't feel like 2 extra damage per attack is that much. But maybe I'm wrong. It also strips Artifact, which is useful. But we can do that with Twin Slam. And we're pretty much strong enough, even without the Dex, or without the Artifact strip. And I don't think we need to take this. I'm going to take the Sapphire Key over it. Now do I card remove? Another strike. Overtaking the lead. We should still be at a 75 gold card remove. So I would be able to afford it. Yeah, I think thinning the deck is the most important thing to us right now. So I'm going to go to the shop. Wow, Citrine. Can't afford it, but wow. It's there. There are some good things in this shop. Pretty good relics. And some good cards. But we're just here for the card remove. Yeah, I don't think you can do 42 damage. AoE time. Cool. Another vent steam. It's upgraded, but I don't think we need it, despite the 2 sockets. I think at this point the only 2 socket thing I would take is well, are the 2 rare ones, Bubble Burst and Exploit Gems. Oh, I don't have a gem for the other planning socket. Didn't get to Gem Finder in time. Oh well, I think now's the time to upgrade Spheric Shield. Extra Brace is always important whenever you use so much at once. Get you back into defensive later in the fight, and also just block for more at the outset. I can go into defensive right now with double roll attack. And thankfully, because Mad Gremlin dies to Thorns, we don't have to worry about the 50% chance of Gremlin Leader attacking. Maybe we should have done it anyway. Oh wait, Spirit Shield puts us back into defensive anyway, so... Attack me this turn, come on. Did not attack me this turn. I may have overdone it with the defensive mode. Yeah, because now we got this to worry about. That's okay, we still have 2 buffer. And Twin Slam, apparently. This does nothing because it can't block a second hit, so I'm just going to use this for a brace. Getting close. Just need an attack. It does enough damage. That'll do it. Mummified Hand. Well, looks like we don't have to worry about energy for the rest of the game. We have another campfire after this. Very close. Future plans. Is it time for the future plans? Hang on, let's get that Dex Gem. It's not here. Dex Gem is not here. It looks like we're going to have to wait another floor. Yeah, I'm going to take the future plans. Somehow I feel like we're going to be able to make it work. We don't have that much stasis right now. I'm so glad that this got upgraded to an 8 from Warp Tongs. Ooh, I didn't think about how this would be AoE. Because now if I use roll attack, I'm taking 3 damage from this. Because it's going to hit this twice as well. I think this is a good time to use future planes. And... oh. There you go, problem solved. This is going to die to Thorns if I do this. Which means I'll be vulnerable this turn, and then it'll be vulnerable but only after this hit. Sounds good to me. Also, I forgot about that ward. That would have fooled. That's okay. It's 13 exactly. Guess it doesn't matter either way. Oh, it does matter. A lot of damage. Well, Prismatic Barrier, huh? Multiply the dexterity that we have from other cards. And if we put 3 wards into it, we can multiply it by 6. Or we could put Thorns in it. Thorns for some extra damage. Doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Although we'll probably only need 1. We are about to hit a campfire. But for the first 6 floors of Act 2, or first 5 of Act 3 and first 5 floors, we're not going to have that socketed with any more than one. And I don't think we need to take it anyway, so I'm going to skip it. And there's our emerald we wanted. Finally. I guess we upgrade future plans now. Heading into Act 3 and innate power is not so bad. A lot more setup heavy fights. And also I don't want warp tongues hitting that. I think we're going to be just fine against automatons so long as we play smartly. Okay, we can definitely play every card in our hand here as long as we think about it a little bit. We do future planes first, then construction form. I think no matter what it hits, it should be fine. Okay, good. That's, I think, the best hit, because now I can do roll attack twice. Do I play the prepare on turn 1, or do I wait? I think the prepare card becomes 2 cost again once it's discarded. This technically says it costs 0, which usually means it's permanent, but not anymore. But not for this card, I don't think. In the past, I've seen it go back to 2. It's really just a question of if I need it for next turn. Because we're going to be getting attacked for, I think, 12 times 2 from automaton. Maybe it's 8 times 2. And nothing's coming out of stasis next turn. We're going to get the Twin Sim out on the wrong turn. I didn't think about that for automaton. Probably, I guess with future plans we can just put it back for one more turn and then we'll be fine. I think we want to keep the prepare. We're very close to entering defensive mode, so we should be fine. Ancient Power, roll attack, strike, Gem Finder, and then Gem Finder hits Spirit Shield. Oh yeah, 36 damage, wow. We go into defensive mode. And then we immediately re-enter it. And I think that second defensive mode is wasted. So I think we want to get close to defensive mode, but not enter. I mean for the second time. So we do Spirit Shield first, then roll attack. That is how that would work. Let's see, if we use Ancient Power roll attack, that's 42 damage, plus 17 is 59, so we could actually kill one of them as well, if we do the double defensive mode strat. Also, double defensive mode allows us to keep our block until turn 4, which is when the next hit's coming, anyway. But we lose out on easily being able to block on turn 6. But then again, we're probably going to want to go into defensive mode for turn 4 anyways, so I think we just do this. 42 and 17 is not enough for this, so yeah. This is 27. We don't have to play this. We could just take the buffer hit. Nah, it'd be easier to just use the buffer on the big attack, the Hyper Beam. gonna take my roll attack. I kind of want that. No matter what I play these on, though, this is gonna have its artifacts stripped. But I also have future plans that I wanted to use this on. But then again, it doesn't even matter because we have enough block for next turn anyway. I think we just kill this so we don't have to worry about. I didn't play a power this turn, right? This is already 0 from stasis. You could just leave that. $83 block for a 26 attack. Seems good. I could even go back into defensive if I wanted. Why would I care about that? I don't. This would be 3 turns, the third turn of defensive, so we'd have gone through the 20, the 30, and the 40, which means that we'd be back to 50. So I'll do this. Got some insane blocking power right now. Then I guess I'll use that right now. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 energy in our hand. So we gotta give up 3 energy worth of something. Well, first things first, we're definitely doing roll attack. Actually, we don't have to give up anything, do we? It's dead. 132 damage, by the way. Second gem finder. I don't think so. Time Sifter, you need to go away. Actually, are you good here? You might be okay here. Having another power to make our future plans better is nice. Also, I didn't notice that last fight that anything was fighting for room in stasis. So that's pretty cool. I also noticed that we don't have to upgrade any more cards, because Warp Tongs is just hitting everything so easily. I guess maybe we upgrade Resilient Plate, because that might have disappeared. I don't 100% remember. Time Sifter is just not very good. I just don't know if we should take it. I'm not feeling it. I think this is just a raw skip. So, yeah, goodbye. And there are 3 energy options. Oh, man. Is this also a skip? I don't want curses. I don't need the 5th energy, and I don't want curses. I don't want to be low on potions, and I don't want this to hit my 2-cost cards because Necronomicon does things. Wow. Yeah, I think this is just a skip. Skipping a boss relic is not something I recommend doing often, but we do not need energy, and these downsides are too much to handle. If I had taken the Giga Beam, I would reconsider, but I have not, because I don't need it, and I don't need these. Goodbye. Alright, Uh, I've been thinking recently that it might just be a good idea to take a break in between each act to make sure I'm fresh all the time. Also, it helps to not have to go for such long periods of time all at once. So I think I'm going to take another break here. And I'll be right back in just a second, still with no boss relic. Alright, we are back, ready for Act 3. Don't have to worry about green key, so I could absolutely go down this 4-leaf path on the left side. Don't need to worry about taking shops at this point, we can just take the Act 4 one. Although, again, if I want to keep removing cards, that's also a strategy. Maybe it's a good idea to take this early one. Actually, both of them, I think. Since I'll have enough gold for 2 removes most of the time. Actually, these 2 removes will be 100 and 125 gold. So we need 52 gold in order to get there, and these average 15. We'd need 7 more than usual. That's doable. And if we don't get enough for this shop, we can just go left to the fight instead. That sounds fine to me. Yeah, we'll prioritize removes a little bit more. By the time we get to Act 4, we'll still have plenty of gold. Although now that I think about it, I never really pieced together the fact that because you don't get gold from the Act 3 bosses, you're not going to have as much gold as you would normally have transitioning from one act to another. I don't think that changes anything about what I want to do here, but it's a thought. I think this has mostly good hits. But since we have 4 energy, I want to do Ancient Power first, then Future Plans to hopefully hit a 2 cost. Okay. Should be some pretty easy fights with that person. So I am not concerned about our flexibility. Where did the block on turn 2? Emerald, another vent steam. We don't have any open gem slots, so I don't think we take the emerald here. We're not going to be taking damage, so Centennial Puzzle is pretty much worthless. Don't like any of the cards here except for Panic Button. Panic Button is usually something I like a bit. Because the downside is you're able to play around the downside, kind of like how Giga Beam is able to be played around. Except Panic Button is even easier. Especially on Guardian, who can keep blocking between rounds of defensive mode. I'm just going to go for the card remove, like I said. Okay. Future Plans roll attack curl up will put me into defensive mode, and Future Plans will have a chance of hitting Spirit Shield or Construction Form. In fact, if I use curl up on Spirit Shield, the Future Plans will guaranteed hit the Construction Form and give me buffer. Do it like this. Great. $25 times 2. Oh yeah, Necronomicon doesn't work if you kill a good target on the first hit. Okay. Again, don't need the vulnerable. Pre-program is interesting, but we don't really get stuff out of stasis fast enough in order for that to be good right now. If we had a quartz, I'd take it, but we don't. Alright, we need 17 gold. Which is actually only a little bit more than average. So we've actually been doing pretty well so far for this route. We have 5 energy, so it doesn't matter what we do here. Or rather... 9 block is not enough to block but our buffers. $22 damage. Emergency. Still don't want. Fracted beam +1. Interesting. Already a 5 times attack. That may actually be good enough to take. Multi-attack with our strength gen is really nice. And we have been removing strikes quite a bit. Also, it's a 2-cost attack, so this is actually a 10 time. This actually hits 10 times. That's hilarious. Oh, we didn't get quite enough. In fact, we got the lowest amount of gold for that fight. Unbelievable. One, two, three, four, 5, and that's free. Okay. Do I want to play it, though? I'm going to put it into stasis. Unfortunately, Mummified Hand wears off before Future Plans comes into play. Construction form showing up right now is nice. I'm going to place Curl Up into stasis here. Curl Up? Planning. $35 or $27. I'm going to take the 35, I think. A transient fight makes that animation take forever. Only got a few turns left. If we block this turn and the next turn, we get the buffer to hit the last one, so let's grab some decks. Alright, this turn is blocked easily. Ooh, we got this upgraded too, that's fun. This is the last turn, and that's the case because we have the ability to damage. 49 is still very respectable, though, for a turn like that. Thank you, Buffer. Don't need these, and therefore don't need the gems. Also, definitely not taking Essence of Steel. It's unnecessary, and these potions are better. Although I might replace the block potion soon. It's kind of like that, what do you call it? Fairy in a bottle, fairy in a jar. Dilemma, where if you don't use it, then you're going to end up losing more HP from the potions you don't use. I have no idea if they're attacking for 45 next turn, so we're just going to do this. I was wrong. It was 46. Back into defensive we go. No point in playing the roll attack. We had other brace in hand. Ooh, that's fun. I'm gonna just put this defend into stasis for next turn. Grab our extra strength. I guess I'll put this in stasis so we don't redraw it. Ooh, getting refracted beam out on the wrong turn. That's fine though, we can just do it next turn. $42. Didn't quite make it. It's alright though. We're still gaining a ton of strength, and this will be doing 60 damage now. That will do 74. Toxic Egg is interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Spheric Shield plus every time. Again, don't need the gems. Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. Upgrade the refracted beam now. It's funny. I think I'm going to recall now. We're going to recall a bit early and then give ourselves an opportunity to find cards we want to upgrade. Or just figure out what we want to upgrade by this campfire. I think we're going to want to save this prepare for right before... Actually, no. We're going to play Construction Form this turn, so I want to full block this attack. That means... this. Now we'll start gaining strength. Buffer is also really good for this fight, in general. Double Spheric Shield. Will put me in defensive for 2 turns. We got all of our attacks coming up, which is not ideal. I think we can afford to keep the Spheric Shields for later. Alright, let's see what Gem Binder hits. Roll attack? Good. $70 and 75. 145 is very nice. Quarter of its HP. Do I leave the roll attack in the draw? I think so. We have 3 dexterity. I'm going to gain 2 more from this. So that'll be 8 plus 10 plus 13. It's 31 block. We use a roll attack. That'll be another 8 plus 8. So 47. That'll be a full block. But of course that means we don't get to play Refracted Beam. So I'm thinking... defend Refracted Beam roll attack for maximum damage here. And then we just use the Spheric Shields if we need them. Damage is just too high to pass up. Might as well just play both Spheric Shields at this point. Actually, you know what? I want to play this one Slam. $51 damage isn't nothing. Oh, and it upgraded, so it was a times 6. Toy Ornithopter, great for later. Another construction form? Yes, please. Okay, now this is just getting ridiculous. Okay. More. It hit Resilient Plate too. That was one of the things we wanted. So now that's refined our targets for Warp Tongs even further. I could try and hit one more question mark for another chance at a remove, either via event or shop. I might just do that. I'll have to do the math here by the time we get here about how much gold we'll have on average, because now the card remove costs 125. So getting 2 card removes, one here and one in Act 4 with shops, would be 275. So we need to get another 51 gold. Between this and this and this and maybe this. So yeah, let's see. And I gotta keep an eye on how much gold we get after this fight as well. Oh wow. Well, this is 7 energy in hand, so I can't play everything, even with future plans. I gotta play my odds instead. I don't think Resilient Plate does enough with 2 Spirit Shields in hand, so I think I'm gonna play the Strike Plus Front Dagger and hope for the 2 and 3. If we hit the 2 and 3, great. And yes, I'm just gonna stay in defensive forever. Oh hey. Future plans. Alright. 100 damage. Oh, wait, 106 damage coming in. Thankfully, roll attack is AoE. Very nice. Might as well just attack Repto here. So now it's only 34. I want to play Construction Form, so I think I'm going to do Curl Up on Refracted Beam. Save that for a few turns from now. Good. This is more damage than these have HP, so I'm going to do this first to enter defensive. And then that to kill. And of course the defend goes into stasis. By 6. Just keep lasering them. Strength Potion over Block Potion. That seems like a great idea. Temporal Shield? I think we do actually take that. We have not been spending all of our energy. all the time. And having more consistency will help. Not a socketed card, so we're not going to take a common gem. No, I might actually... I was going to say we might actually remove Gem Finder. We'll have to see. I did not look how much gold we got there. But considering we have 257, 275 was the threshold. We're only 18 away. What we had 227 before, right? So we got the maximum gold from that? 30? I think we did. That's great news. Because I'm pretty sure we only need 18 gold. For some reason my mind is like not sure of this. Yeah, 18. And the minimum you can get from a hallway fight is 10. So 2 hallway fights means we get 20 gold minimum, meaning we have enough for 2 card removes. So I'm going to go this way over another elite. Even though our past 3 relics are commons. I mean, you can't really complain though after Captain's Wheel, Mummified Hand, Toxic Egg. Right? I'm going to save roll attack. I'm going to leave Necronomicus out because we have planning. And I want to enter defensive here. Well, actually this full blocks, doesn't it? Oh well, I don't care. Entering defensive. 19 is absolutely doable. I think for this fight we're going to be putting our attack cards into stasis. Because we have a lot of defense. We've got 2 construction forms, 2 spirit shields. It's very tempting to play this refracted beam, but it's doing 2 damage. So yeah. Oh, 52? Okay. Hitting construction form there is not great. Maybe Time Sifter was correct. Which is really sad, if so. I think this future plans is still worth it, though. 25. Very nice. Another planning. Stasis Overload. 2 gem slots is tempting, still, but we already have enough stasis. We don't want to take another card like this. Shield Charger Plus is also tempting, but again, not necessary. Alright, we're going left. Immediately travel to the boss? No. Card remove? It's a fight. Alright, looks like no extra card remove for us today. Those are 2 really crappy events. Makes me sad that we didn't go fight the elite. We're going to do this. We go into defensive on the first play and then roll again on the second play. And future plans hits construction form, which hits refracted beam. Which means this is dead. If I want. I could also kill this so there's no more dazes. I like that idea better. Looks like we're going to have plenty of gold for Act 4. Which is also just fine. Skill Potion. I think it's too inconsistent to be stronger than Strength Potion. Multi-Beam Plus. At this point, not necessary. Earlier in the game, probably. Okay. So, about what I just said about multi-beam. I regret everything. I think we need to do something this turn. I'm going to do Temporal Potion to accelerate everything twice. We can block this guy, so we want to kill one of the Jawworms that are buffing. We don't have enough damage to do that entirely, but we have enough for a good start. Next turn this will come out, and we'll probably be able to kill this like that. Do this, and we'll put this defend back into stasis for one more turn. Back into stasis again. Should have a kill here. I don't think we've drawn all of them yet. Yeah, we have roll attack right now. Swift Potion. Great. Haha, multi-beam. Funny. Ruby, huh? Still don't have any gem slots open. Alright. Now we get to choose our final upgrade. Could just do it on Refracted Beam, to be honest. Although Event's team is starting to look better with a deck of 24. And also just in general, having 3 turns makes you more consistent. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Here we go. First, A20 boss fight in Act 3. Donu Deka. I don't think you really need a plan to fight these guys. I could be wrong about that, maybe I'm just forgetting. But these two do not really counter a deck as much as they're just a damage race. Just a general overall test of your deck. I'm going to play this Ancient Power. I have enough to full block. Yeah, more than enough. I'm going for Donu first, as usual. Because the quicker we get rid of the buff, the easier it'll be to kill afterwards. Okay. Oh, right. It loses its discount. Oh well. The strike, of course. Actually taking damage this fight, wow. You guys would just be like that sometimes. But now we start to strip Artifact. That's gonna get real. Alright, we're gonna play the Ethereal one, because this one is going to survive no matter what. We won the 50-50. Great. Then we get the reshuffle. Interesting. I was wondering for a second, is that gonna play twice? We'll curl up a Spheric Shield since we're not going to be able to play both. And we have enough to go into defensive and full block, so we'll do that. 38. Need 10 more block. Temporal Shield will do it. Oh wait, no, not 10, 9. This will do it itself. I guess so would roll attack. Might as well grab the brace. Make this a 0 cost in a couple turns. Yeah, with as many constructed forms of Spirit Shields as we have, this is going to be a reasonable sailing fight from here. Got it again. Okay, cool. Time Eater. I don't think we played that many cards, but we do have to watch out for Necronomicon. I believe we get to play all of these. Yeah. You know what? Since this is a one-times attack, I don't mind taking the buffer. Yeah. Am I going to be able to play 7 cards this turn? Probably not. But I can play 3. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have played the defend. Leave 5 cards for this turn. But that's okay. 33 again. One, 2, 3, 4? Sure. Alright, 5 cards next turn. We're probably going to split this turn. One, 2, yeah, we split. Spheric Shield does nothing, because next turn will not be an attack turn. With as much attack as we have, with as much strength as we have, though, maybe we do get a kill with Refracted Beam. Let's, I get 3 cards, right? 11. I think we have to play this. We're gonna 13 times 3, so 39. I guess we have to do this. Okay, we didn't draw it. Good. Okay, we did not hit the Refracted Beam. So I think I played Gemfinder Slimed to clear my hand of those cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, not enough to get to 12 unless I use the potion. I have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting Refracted Beam. I don't really need to play those odds. I'm going to Twin Slam into Stasis. So maybe by the time it comes out, we have vulnerable for Refracted Beam. Sounds good. Alright, I guess we just hope that this doesn't hit Refracted Beam. Because I don't want to take damage if I don't have to. I can also use the Draw Potion. Actually, does this even work? 5 decks. So we'd have 4 wards in hand. With 8 block apiece, that's 32 out of 39. We block 26. Not without planning. Okay. We get refracted beam, of course. That's fine. 6, 7, 8, 9. And unless I want to play 2 cards next turn, I gotta leave this select. Okay. Spirit Shield. Twin Slam. Twin Slam. Preserve the roll attack. I won't have 2 block off. Oh well. I have 1 buffer left. We're not anywhere near in danger. Need 45. Next turn we get the kill. 24 times 6. $2,400 damage even. Cool. Now on to Act 4. At exactly 2 hours and 10 minutes. Healing for 2 is definitely not worth an upgrade here. I think our best upgrade is probably Refracted Beam, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe it is a construction form. I mean, we haven't not been able to play one yet. So let's just do more damage. Never taken a too close look at Refracted Beams thing, but there's a rainbow coming out of a prism here. It has 7 colors, not 6. So we're still 1 away, but hopefully Warp Tongs will fix that. Oh yeah, meal ticket. For 2. Very nice. Pen Nib. Pen Nib is very interesting. I think Pen Nib card removes our final shop here. So I'm just going to do that. Goodbye, Strike. Down to 11 gold. Alright, this is it. Hardest fights in the game. Let's see what we can do. I think my play this turn is defend, future plans, prepare, Spheric Shield, roll attack. Let's see what future plans hits first, just to be sure. It hits a roll attack. So technically speaking, we could play both roll attacks and go into defensive here. That would give us 3 wards. So that's 9 block, plus 10 is 19, plus 5 is 24, plus 10 from defensive mode is 34. Next turn we start with 30 because we lose 14 and gain 10. 30 block against, I think, 12 times 4? Some big number here. And then a big attack as well. I think that's why the Spheric Shield is more important here. Also, if I do this, roll attack hits both, which I think is a nice bonus for the time being. You can put this into stasis. Yeah, 11 times 4 and 22. Looks like we're going to be losing 1 buffer here. I am going to put Necronomicus into stasis, just because it comes out immediately. We lost 1 focus because I have orb slots, technically. Which is very funny. Okay, hit the roll attack. Now the other roll attack comes out. Vent steam is at the bottom of the deck, but that's fine, I think. 9 times 7. 63. Times 2. 126. Plus 34. 160. Not quite a kill on this. Oh wait, we have Ancient Power, never mind. Oh, but I don't have enough energy to do all of this. $10? 140? Plus 27? 167. Okay. And they've stacked them as well. We need to keep an eye on that. Very nice. Unfortunately, we don't quite have enough damage to kill with double roll attack. So I think we stall a little bit longer. Let's have the ability to. Oh wait, this will do it. Cool. Strawberry. That's great. Temporal Potion? Is that better than the Strength Potion? Possibly. Amethyst, you're too late. Multi-beam, like the last 3 floors we can get cards, we got it. Don't want another common gem. It's too bad though. I was going to say that's too bad that wasn't Singing Bowl, but you can't get it this late. At least I'm pretty sure. Accelerate all cards in stasis 2 times. That's got to be useful early in the fight, but so is Draw Potion. Maybe we don't need the Strength, since we generate so much already. It's a good thing we kept these defends, because most of our wards are in cards that don't block. So against Beat of Death, playing the card would get rid of the buffer since we have no block at the start of turn, and then the board would be too late. For the same reason, Temporal Shield is good. And I guess so is defensive mode in general. This is probably going to be better than 2 damage on every attack. Maybe. That's actually hard to say, isn't it? I got no idea. Our damage... Is our damage slow against the heart? Felt like we took a few turns to kill Spear and Shield. Our only damage sources are Twin Slam roll attacks and Refracted Beam. So maybe it is a bit slow. Strength Potion would help immensely with that. And in that case, which is better? Swift Potion or Temporal? I think Swift is better. But if we're doing stuff with Mummified Hand, maybe Temporal is better. We want to draw to our strong cards as quickly as possible. And Temporal Potion is only good if you have all 3 slots filled. So I think this is a skip. Alright, here we go. Break this immediately. I guess we could have saved it for the heal, but it doesn't matter. If I play Temporal Shield, I draw cards. That's not what I want to do. I was hoping to use this to draw into the construction forms, but now I don't have to. I think we can still get away with this. Yeah. That's how you do it. Do I have any other important cards I want to get into play immediately? I have 1 energy. I think I want to keep Resilient Plate in the draw, as well as Ancient Power to reduce debuffs. Yeah, we can use this next turn, and probably have better success. $69. Oh hey, we got... This is not going to be enough to full block this. But that play from earlier with the bottled black hole is paying off. This is coming out the exact turn that the multi-attack comes. And on that note, I completely forgot about that strategy, and it might have been a good idea to keep the temporal potion in case it came turn 2. So that's kind of funny. So this is going to be 4 block plus 23 block. 27. Yeah, it's not even close. Drawing to other cards may not be a bad idea at this point. We're going to use a buffer to take the hit. So yeah, we can draw through our other statuses. We can draw to Resilient Plate to reduce the debuffs, or Ancient Power. And then next turn is pretty much going to be free as long as we draw 1 block card. So, here we go. Okay, I guess we use a Defend to block, to get rid of the Slimed. We drew 5 dead cards in one hand. Necronomicon over. Burn for 2 damage. I don't want to take chances. Captain's Wheel coming in clutch this turn. This is real nice. Oh yeah, Refracted Beam. Pen Nib. Damage capped on turn 3. Very nice. Okay, and now we decide what we want to do with our stasis here. If I do Spheric Shield, it's not going to come out for 3 turns. Which means that we will miss an attack turn by the time it comes around. With another Spheric Shield in the draw, I think having both in the draw pile will allow us a better chance of drawing it early enough. Roll Attack is expensive. We have both other Roll Attacks in the draw, in the stasis. That's funny. If we draw Refracted Beam, I think that'll be nice to have. Oh wait, these come out of stasis before we redraw. So these are going to compete with Refracted Beam already, so I'm going to put this in. And by compete, I mean for Necronomicon proc. Defend first, it looks like. Going into defensive mode right now is great. Get our block start for next turn. I'm not keeping the Void. Again, we get our big attack first, which is fine. Just use a Spirit Shield. And this. Damage cap on turn. This is 5. Yeah. Throw Defend Plus into Stasis since we're not redrawing. So there's no consideration for doing the weak ones. We redraw to the stronger one. We got Twin Slam, great. It's not going to be a full block there because of Artifact. There's no way to counter that, so we're just going to have to block for 45 here. Unfortunately, that also means that we don't get to play both of our roll attacks. Damage cap on turn 6. Okay. Looks like we're taking some damage this fight, that's fine. We're winning this fight. Right? We have 13 strength. We don't need the buffers anymore anyway. I guess I should have done the defend plus, because this would have kept the block anyway. But I guess not redrawing it has its merits too. Would like to be able to kill this turn. It's not quite enough. Okay. This is 2 dexterity. This does not put us in defensive, but Resilient Plate will. So we don't need to do curl up. Alright, this works. Fairly certain. Oh wait, the thorns are going to kill it anyway. So we definitely survive this. This is 147 total. This is 105 plus 2. But the thorns kill it anyway. So even if we were in danger of dying, 8 of these hits would kill it. So we're not even going to lose HP here. Very nice. Makes me wonder what would have happened if we didn't get all those strong cards, though. That felt closer than it probably should have been, somehow. That Refracted Beam pickup was really important, though, and I can't even show the deck. 3,300 points. I wonder why it's so round. Usually it's not. I wonder what tips the scales, usually. I don't know. Alright, overall I think this was a very strong run. Philosopher's Stone start made me a bit nervous, but we got very strong very quickly. Gem Finder let us build our defensive system with wards and dex gems, and then we found double construction form, double spirit shield. Future plans I think worked out, although it was still competing for stasis space, or at least the planning was. Fracted Beam was a perfect pickup. We needed that. And the roll attacks worked out. Necronomicon did amazing as well. Yeah, not sure what to say about this other than the fact that I feel like if I wasn't so lucky, that might have turned out different. I need to find the reason why for future episodes. But in general, maybe low attack density is why. Because we had our defense, right? Maybe we didn't have as much defense as I thought we had. Because we were spending a lot of energy blocking on certain turns. But our attack density was also really low, and I tend to do that a lot. With only Refracted Beam, 3 roll attacks, and Twin Slam. That's only 5 attacks in a 23-card deck. After you get rid of the powers, the spirit shields, you maybe get 2 a turn, which is okay, I guess. But I don't know. The strength scaling with Refracted Beam worked out well. The roll attacks might have been the weak point. Although Necronomicon with them is still very good. They were doing like 54 damage with Necronomicon, so maybe it wasn't so bad. Either way, I am after watching through some of recent episodes and seeing how I failed. I do feel like low attack density has been one of those things. So I'm trying to keep an eye out for that in these future episodes. In an unconventionally strong deck like this, where you just get a bunch of stuff that happens to work out and is really strong, you probably don't need to be as careful. But I'll probably be more open to taking attacks and making sure that the deck is properly balanced in the future. Alright, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you stick around for future ones. Leave me your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you later.